The detective who led the Ashley Dale murder investigation hopes a new documentary will encourage young women to leave partners involved in serious criminality. Detective Chief Inspector Cath Cummings told the Echo that she wished Ashley had spoken to her mum Julie about her fears in the days before she was murdered in her Old Swan home in the early hours of August 21st, 2022. 4 men were unanimously found guilty of the murder of the 28-year-old Knowsley Council employee following a high-profile trial at Liverpool Crown Court in November last year. The court heard the murder came against the backdrop of an ongoing feud between the 4 men and Ashley's boyfriend Lee Harrison, a man who ran with a Huyton-based organised crime group known as the Hillsiders. Speaking to the Echo ahead of a new Channel 4 documentary that followed Merseyside police as officers tried to solve the murder case of Ashley, but also that of Olivia Pratt-Korbel, 9, who was murdered the following day in a separate bungled gangland assassination, DCI Cummings said, quote, "For me, certainly females, if you become aware that your partner has another life and it's that level of criminality, you have to have a serious think to get out of it. Otherwise, inadvertently, you are brought into that level of violence." With our investigation, the big thing for me were the voice notes and messages I saw on Ashley's phone. It showed what was going on in her life. The issues were all around her boyfriend. I said to Julie yesterday, I wish she had said something to you. Julie put a bit of pressure on Ashley to encourage her to walk away because his lifestyle would end up impacting on Ashley, and ultimately, it did. Ashley was so fearful in the days running up to her murder. She thought she was being followed, she was aware of the threats. I just thought, Ashley, I wish you had walked away from it. Merseyside Detectives will begin on Channel 4 on Monday, August 19th, and follows the force as it tackles the high-profile killings that rocked the city to its core. In the space of a week in August 2022, 3 people, Ashley, Olivia and Sam Rimmer, 22, were shot dead. Sam's killer remains on the loose. The Fly on the Wall documentary from Liverpool-based company LA Productions will look at the investigations of DCI Cummings and recently retired Detective Chief Superintendent Mark Baker, the senior investigating officer into Olivia's murder. The documentary, that will provide exclusive access into Merseyside Police's investigations, will also include interviews with the officers involved in the cases and the victims' families, including Ashley's mum Julie and Olivia's mum Cheryl Corbell. The documentary includes footage from the moment Merseyside Police first arrived at the 2 murder scenes. When asked how Channel 4 had immediate access to the police's investigations, DCI Cummings told the Echo, quote, "LA Productions came to Merseyside Police about 5 or 6 months before Ashley's murder and were focusing on different teams with a view of putting together a documentary series about how Merseyside Police tackles serious and organised crime. We were already used to them being with us, but not as intense as when Sam's, Ashley's and Olivia's murders happened, because then they were with us constantly. Their main focus was on the murder investigations and how we ran them. What really impressed me was how they engaged with the family. They were fantastic in how they managed Julie's expectations and also getting her permission. They've been with us all this time, but if Julie hadn't been happy with it at all, it wouldn't have been heard." When asked how the families of the 2 murder victims responded to the presence of the production crews, DCI Cummings said, quote, "With Cheryl, Mark Baker was the SIO and Thomas Cashman was charged much sooner than we charged on Ashley's case, for a number of different reasons. So we had told Cheryl sooner than I had told Julie. I was very mindful about the time I told her. I was more nervous about that than anything else because I didn't know how she would respond. I decided to tell her after we had secured charges so she had something positive to focus on and the filming wouldn't have been her total focus. She's happier about it now because she wants to get the message out there about the nature of this type of crime to ensure it doesn't happen to other people." Speaking on BBC Breakfast on Thursday, Julie said, quote, "It was a very, very, very hard watch, but I'm glad it's been done. I'm glad we were able to have a part of it and give Ashley a voice, and also to tell our story and come into our home and see us as a family and how this has affected us, what this does to you, how it affects every aspect of your life." Appearing on Good Morning Britain on Friday, Olivia's mum Cheryl said she hopes the documentary will urge people to put an end to a no-grass culture.